Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's doing great today. Well, uh, this is going to be another video talking about the good old 9 to 5. So, let's say you're working a 9 to 5 and you hate your 9 to 5. In fact, you despise the idea of having to continue to work a 9 to 5. You want to quit a 9 to 5. You want to I don't know, you want to do your own thing. You want to start your own business. But maybe you don't quite know exactly what business you want to start. Or if you have an idea of what kind of business you want to start, you may not know exactly how to go about it, what it takes, and the connections and all that type of stuff. Or maybe you want to quit your 9 to 5 and you want to try being a content creator slash doing gig work for your income. Or maybe you might want to do other side hustles in conjunction to that in order to make enough money to take care of yourself. All you know is you've been watching a crap load of YouTube videos of people quitting their 9 to 5 and telling you how good they feel quitting their 9 to 5. You got content creators telling you, you know what? If you don't like your 9 to 5, if you feel it in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit to quit your 9 to 5, go ahead and quit your 9 to 5. The universe is letting you know something. The universe has got something better. Trust in God. All that jargon. So you may have watched several YouTube videos like that, and now you're ready to quit your 9 to 5. But my question to you is, are you truly ready to quit your 9 to 5? Now, I've been making videos recently encouraging people to not drop out of the workforce. I mean, not so much, really for your own good and also for the good of society. Now, let's not get it twisted. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. For those of you that have the proper resources in place and you have a good business acumen and you want to go and do your own thing, go do your own thing. Do what it do. I wish you best of luck. I mean, who knows? Depending on what kind of business you start, I might be one of your customers. But, anyways, I'm gonna run through two scenarios that you can use if you're looking to quit your 9 to 5. Now the first scenario I'm gonna run is gonna be the idea way to quit your 9 to 5, and then the second scenario is gonna be, it'll be the second idea if you're looking to quit your 9 to 5 sooner than later. So I would say if you're looking to quit your 9 to 5, for whatever reason, whether you want to start your own business, whether you just want to do gig work and side hustles and be a content creator, or rather you just want to quit your 9 to 5 and sit on your ass for God knows how long. But whatever reason you want to quit your 9 to 5, I would say the ideal way to quit your 9 to 5 is to, number one, have a paid off house. Have a paid off house. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, or maybe you're yelling at the screen and you're like, man, I don't want to own a house. Owning a house is too much responsibility. Owning a house is too expensive. I don't want to deal with the maintenance. The reason why I do suggest you having a paid off house is because, whenever you quit your 9 to 5 to do something different, whatever it is you choose to do, there's always a chance that it may not work. And if it doesn't work out for you, and you find that you have to go back to a 9 to 5, at least temporarily, who knows how long it's going to take for you to get a job again, especially in this economy. And also, of course, it depends on your age. But who knows how long it might take for you to land another job? If you're looking at going into business for yourself, who knows whether or rather not your business is even going to work out? I mean, your business might be a complete flop. You never know. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just being realistic because statistically, 80% of all businesses that start fail, and those are statistics. I mean, it's data. It's not feelings. And when it comes to doing gig work doesn't offer you any guarantees. I mean, as I've explained in previous videos, gig work is not what you think it is. What you think it'll make on gig, I mean, the gig economy right now is trash. I'm going to tell you straight up. It's trash. I did it last year and I quit doing it because I wasn't making no kind of money. And I was door dashing in major cities. I mean, not Chicago cities, but I was door dashing in, Montgomery, Alabama, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Decent sized cities. And the money that I was making compared to the money I was spending on gas and wear and tear on the car, to me, the math wasn't mathing. But anyways, I would, if you at least have a paid off house, at least at the end of the day, even if your money is low, you will at least have a roof over your head. You won't have to worry about living out of a vehicle. You won't have to worry about losing your place to eviction and now maybe you're living with your folks or you're living with somebody who you really don't want to live with or you're having to live out of your vehicle. Another thing you're going to want to have when quitting your 9 to 5 is you're going to want to have at least a year's worth of money set aside to pay your bills. At least a year. Because again, whatever endeavor you choose to get into to replace your 9 to 5, there's no guarantee that you're going to be successful at it. Whatever money you think you're going to make, you might make significantly less. You just never know. So you want to have at least a year's worth of money set aside to pay your bills. You want to at least have that cushion just in case you have to dip into it to pay some bills. Another thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do some research on health insurance and the amount of money that you'll need to pay your bills. You're going to also want to include what you'll have to pay every month for health coverage. Because even though you might quit your 9 to 5, you're going to still need to stay healthy. And if something happens, like you get sick, you get into an accident, you break a bone, or something crazy like that happens, you're going to still need some type of health protection, some type of health coverage, to where if you have to, you can go into the ER and they can do their magic to you. Or you can go into urgent care and get taken care of properly. Another thing you're going to want to have if you're going to quit your 9 to 5 is, and this should be common sense, you're going to want to be completely debt free. No car payment, not even your mortgage. Like I said, have a paid off house, no credit cards, none of that shit. You're going to want to be completely debt free. So, in a nutshell, I would say that's the ideal way of quitting your 9 to 5 is to make sure you have your financials in order, the way that I just explained. Now, if you're wanting to quit your 9 to 5, but maybe you don't want to wait until you pay off your house. You want to quit your 9 to 5 like it was 2 months ago. Like you're antsy to quit your 9 to 5. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it might be getting cold outside of wherever you're at. and you're just itching, like you're itching to leave Illinois because Illinois is such a shitty state, and you would like to go to Arizona, like maybe during the late fall and winter. You want to go to Arizona. You want to go to southern Arizona because it's nice and sunny down there. Maybe you're looking at buying a piece of land in northern Arizona and joining the homestead community over there. So, maybe you're an unlucky soul who has to live in a state like Illinois. And for those of you that are watching me that live in Illinois, I'm sorry to pick on your state, but your state sucks so bad, I just can't help but to pick on your state. But if you're one of those people, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't blame you for quitting your 9 to 5 before you pay off your house. In fact, I would have had that house up for sale 10 years ago if I was you. I'm just saying. So if you're just super antsy and you're looking to quit your 9 to 5 sooner than later, I would say at the bare minimum you're going to want to have set in place before you quit your 9 to 5 is you're going to want to have at least a year's worth of money set aside to pay your bills. Like whatever your bills are every month, you're going to want to have at least a year's worth of that money set aside to pay your bills. To include your health coverage. To include all insurances, health insurance, auto insurance, whatever insurance you got. And obviously, for either scenario that I just discussed, whatever money you might have to start your business or to start your endeavor, you're going to want to have that money saved up as well. Because it's not, I mean, this is this is not financial advice, this is just my personal opinion. But my personal opinion is it's not a good idea to go into debt when you quit your 9 to 5 for reasons I explained earlier in the video, such as whatever endeavor you go into, there's no guarantee that it's going to work out for you. Like you may be talking about going into business amongst yourself, your friends, your family, anyone that gives a damn about you. You probably done told them 10 million times, I'm gonna go into business, I'm gonna go into business, I'm gonna go into business. They're sick and tired of listening to you talking about going into business. They're like, okay, well, when the fuck you gonna go into your business? Why you keep running your mouth about it? Just go out here and do your thing. So finally, you go out here and do your thing. And when you go out here and do your thing, again, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just being realistic. Because there's a lot of you that want to go into business, but you might find that you do not have good business skills and that you're better suited for a 9 to 5. Or maybe you can or maybe you can inch your way into becoming an entrepreneur. And while you're working on your business skills, you can still have a stable 9 to 5 to take care of all your bills. So some of you might go into business and you'll find that you might have to go that route in order to get good at running a business. Some of you might find that you don't want to have a business. You don't want to run a business. You rather work a 9 to 5. Some of you that are quitting a 9 to 5 to do gig work and side hustles and all that other type of stuff, you might find out, you know what? I'm not making nothing doing DoorDash or Uber. I'm tired of people in my car puking all over the place, and Uber ain't trying to pay me shit. I'm not trying to do DoorDash. I'm not trying to go into the apartment complex in the hood, trying to find someone's apartment number at 9 o'clock at night when it's pitch black. It's dark outside, all that type of stuff. In these scenarios that I'm talking about, some of you might think I'm being funny, but these are all real scenarios that you go through when you do gig app work. So you might run into some of these scenarios. Some of you might be super unlucky, and you might run into all these scenarios. And you might decide, man, fuck all this. I'm going back to a 9 to 5. And like I mentioned earlier, who knows how long it will take for you to get a 9 to 5? You can get you a 9 to 5 the very next day after you submit an application or a resume. It might take you a month. It might take you 2 months. Who knows? So before you quit your 9 to 5, just think about my suggestions here. And on that note, for those of you that are looking to quit your 9 to 5, I wish you best of luck. I hope you succeed. But you gotta, you know, you gotta you gotta be realistic about your endeavors here. You gotta be realistic. I mean, having faith in God and all that. Okay, that sounds good, and I'm not knocking you for having faith in God. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying that you also have to have logic. You gotta be realistic, because if you're not, you could potentially end up in these streets homeless. So on that note, I would say relax whenever you good luck. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Stay blessed.